Good morning to everyone. Welcome. We're joined this morning by members of District 7020 and most importantly, our fellow Rotarians from Great Britain and Ireland in the ICC collaboration. So welcome to everyone. We have two sessions this morning, a little bit on the ICC, the inter club committees, and and then the featured presentation on My Body is My Body, helping us to make the world safe for our children. So it is my pleasure at this time to welcome you all again to our session. So allow me to introduce the coordinators, the people who make the ICC between our districts work, right? So this morning, of course, you know our district governor, Debbie Roopchand. Just a brief introduction for those of you who don't know who District Governor Debbie is. She is an attorney at law and has been a Rotarian since 2011, November 2011. She has had various roles during her tenure, of course, at the club and district level, obviously. She's a known champion for peace and a charter member of the district ICCs, with District 7020 and Great Britain and Ireland. And she is also a major donor. So she just messaged to say that her connection is really bad. So she will try to join us in a little bit in a more stable location. So that's DG Debbie. Michael Ramcharan, a Trini, of course, who made his way to the UK. He is now, he's the president of the Guildford Way Rotary Club in Surrey. He is the lead for District 1145 in the ICC, and he's a musician. Trini is a musician, drummer in a band, and he plays rugby. Professionally, he is the director of quality assurance in pharmaceutical and in the biotech and pharmaceutical industry. And my colleague from District 7020, Ryan Gilak, is the head of advisory, business solutions and outsourcing and innovation at BDO in the British Virgin Islands. He's been a Rotarian since 2002 and a member. He joined Rotary in 2002 in Ontario, Canada, and transferred his membership to the Rotary Club of Roadtown after moving to the British Virgin Islands in 2003. Since then, he's been actively involved in the growth of Rotary in the BVI and across District 7020, especially through his work in various roles connected to the Rotary Foundation within his club and the district leadership team. He is currently the District 7020 Rotary Foundation Grants Chair, and he's also a past assistant governor. So those are the people that make the ICC turn in our districts and in our area, along with Michael in Great Britain and Ireland. So of course, we are going to turn it over to Michael now and Ryan, who will take us through a small presentation on the ICC. And for those countries that are not yet members of the ICC in both our districts 7020 and 7030, we ask you to take a look and let's form some alliances with the ICC countries so that we can only do great things through peace and other areas that we in the ICC strive to be a part of. So Michael and Ryan, let's take it away.
Thank you. I just realized no one introduced you, Sonia.
Oh, sorry.
The main player.
I am the national coordinator for the ICCs in the Caribbean. I'm past District Governor Sonia Aline, and fortunately, I am sitting in the country of the island of Barbados at the moment, where it is bright and sunny for those Brits who are joined this morning.
Yes, a bit colder over here. So, but I should share the presentation. I'll share the presentation, Ryan.
If you can, Michael,
Yeah.
President Michael. So.
And then, okay, so hopefully that's come up.
Yeah. So.
Yep. Okay. So, do you want me to? I'll navigate. Are you kicking off? Yeah.
Yeah, I kick off. So if you can navigate through the slides, I'll just let you know when we move. So good morning, good afternoon, everyone. Bienvenue tout le monde. So as was stated, I'm PAG Ryan. So what I'm going to be doing quickly is just giving you a little brief background. As you can see on the slide, the current interclub committee, or intercountry committee, I should say, which is what termed the ICC, is currently created from districts 1145, which is Great Britain and Ireland. They've spearheaded a lot of the composition of this. District 7020, which is where I reside, and District 7030, which is, of course, where you reside. So it is established essentially to create a unique relationship and a partnership within Rotary International to connect clubs around the world, to promote peace and international understanding. So that's really what the benefit or the foundation of ICCs are. We're not the first ICC, and we certainly won't be the last one. But it is a great way to engage Rotary around the world to understand what Rotary does in various countries, because boundaries around the world nowadays are much smaller, and time zones don't really matter as much anymore. So it's great to be able to form partnerships. So next slide. So current president Stephanie Urchik has indicated as part of her platform that peace is a significant area that she wanted to look at, and ICC is well placed within that. So part of her message was that we are peace builders, not peace breakers. The projects that we do create necessary conditions to meet the difference with societal change and intervalues. And there's many ways internationally that ICCs are involved in peace building and understanding around the world. It is, as we know, peace building is one of the next slide. So peace building is one of the 7 areas of focus within the Rotary Foundation. But it's important to understand how ICCs are involved within peace building. So there's various areas. Cultural exchanges, we've all seen and heard about cultural exchanges that facilitate and foster friendships between Rotary around the world. We do service projects, so humanitarian projects connected between our various districts, to address the underlying conflicts such as poverty, discrimination, and lack of access to education. So there are resources that we can share, knowledge that we can share, cash that we can share as well within and through the ICCs. We have peace fellowships and scholarships. We promote dialogue and reconciliation between conflicting parties, and using peace means to resolve disputes. So ICCs do definitely play a critical role in driving peace building and understanding throughout service projects, educational priorities, and promoting dialogue. So I've given a little bit of a background, so I will now hand it over to President Michael to give you a little more of a flavor as to where ICCs do and where we are within our current ICC.
Okay, thank you very much for that, Ryan. So carrying on from Ryan, so basically the ICCs were set up to really encourage relations across different countries, and obviously having representation in each country through various clubs is a great way to make an impact and be able to help at the local level. So really increasing the impact of Rotary by having those local connections, where if situations arise in terms of a crisis or any sort of project which we can sort of work together on, we're able to do that and hopefully deliver that fairly quickly. It's also about expanding our reach. So again, building on those relationships, the different countries that exist there with clubs, and really trying to forge closer relationships and the sort of the Rotary Fellowship as we go forward. And again, it's really sort of not only working with the local clubs, but also an opportunity to work with possibly other institutions in the country, potentially governments, in being able to really make a positive impact and positive change in various areas that we may feel that we can, help out on. And obviously being able to increase the adaptability of what we do. So later on, you'll hear from Chrissy about various potential projects, but we also look at other areas where there may be a local need, and how we can use our experiences, maybe from one country that's had an experience in dealing with something, and transfer that across to another country, work with them to build on that. So it's just a great opportunity for Rotary to build on those relationships, raise the awareness of Rotary in many countries, and sort of encourage the local communities to get involved as well. So what is it about? So each one is different, and Jim Onions, who we have online, has been very instrumental in creating a lot of these ICCs from our district perspective. So he's been involved in setting up quite a few ICCs across Europe and Africa as well. But yeah, each one is different. There are different local needs. We're dependent on the national situation and culture. So again, one of the areas is really raising the cultural awareness and getting to understand each other in terms of the different cultures. It's again fostering the sort of the peace aspects as well. So really trying to drive that. And in the world we live in today, it's so important for us to try and get that message across, particularly to the younger generation, as that what positive things can be done in the world, and how we can help each other. Following on from that is, of course, the trusted relationships that we can actually build on, and not only at the district level, but obviously at national levels. And I think within the Caribbean region, there's so many different countries involved as well, where we have a mix of different cultures which stem from the history of the countries, whether they are sort of French influenced, Dutch influenced, English influence, or whatever. They're often the same needs that each population has, and so how we can work together to build on that trust and help each other when it's required. And last but not least is building friendships and fun. So the idea is really to have an enjoyable time doing this, whilst we're learning about each other's cultures. It's really sort of building on that, and making it a fun environment to do things and make a difference. So there we go. I think I need to hand over to either back to Ryan, I'm not sure, or to Sonia.
No, I think I've got these slides. So as you can, this is just an indication as to how widespread the ICC currently is. This may be the first time you're hearing about ICC, so it's not necessarily the best kept secret, but it is relatively new for District 11. For districts within UK, Great Britain and Ireland, 70-20 and 70-30. I think one of the great things about this ICC is there's so many relationships that already exist between the UK, Great Britain and Ireland, between 70-20, between 70-30, and it just offers an ability for us to recognize that Rotary is more than just our club, or Rotary is more than just our district, but that Rotary is truly an international organization to try to bring the world closer together. So you can see here the clubs and districts that are currently involved within the ICC, and we're certainly open and wanting more clubs to be involved. We would love all clubs within 70-20, 70-30, and the clubs in Great Britain and Ireland to become involved within the ICC. So you can see here it was started in the prior Rotary year in the 23-24. I have to remember which year we're in now. So 23-24, I believe, is when we chartered, and we're expanding from there. So we're going to hear a lot more about us, and we're going to see a lot more impact for ICC within our district. So please stay tuned for it, and please reach out to either to DG Debbie or PDG Sonia within your district 7030 for if you're interested in joining or in learning more about it. So I think that sort of concludes where we are. So I'll pass it back over to PDG Sonia, and also recognize Jim as well in all his efforts that he's done on the UK, Great Britain and Ireland side, because he's been a stalwart to try to keep us along the straight and narrow. So PDG Sonia, back to you.
Thanks, Ryan. Thanks, guys. That was a quick run through on what the ICC is all about. And I really hope that at the end of this presentation, and it's time now for question and answers. So if anyone has a question on the ICC and what it does, who we are, even though we just went through that, please, this is your time to ask. If you don't have any questions now, please feel free to get hold of all of us. Michael, Ryan, Debbie, even Dominique, DG Dominique from 7020. She knows where we are, and is willing to answer any questions. So anyone has any questions, please raise your hand or type a note in the chat. Thank you very much for those contacts, Michael.
Yeah, I think I lost the connection, so you may have lost slides for a little while, but hopefully you can see them now. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. It looks like you guys did an amazing job in telling our districts what. Good morning. I see Franz Compere, the President Franz. He has a question. Let me unmute you. I don't know if I'm unmuting. Maria, can you help?
Yeah, I asked him to unmute.
Okay.
Muted, right.
President
Hello.
Franz, good morning.
Yes, good morning. Good morning. It's a great pleasure for me to be with you with this excellent participation. I am Franz, president of Rotary Club of Boudon, West Haiti. Normally, I used to hear about ICC, inter-country committees. So my question would be, since we, as a district 7020, we are different countries in the district. When it comes to ICC, is it at the district level or only can be at country level, as Haiti or Jamaica or either other country part of the district? If one country can do it specifically, or it must be at the district level? This is the first one. And how does the ICC begin? Or can two countries, would be willing to establish a close relationship between both countries? Those are my first three questions. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for your question. I'm going to answer the first one, which is it at a district level or country level? It's at the country level. It's the districts facilitate our countries to become members of the ICC. So please, from your country, Haiti, get in touch with your DG and make sure that you express the interest in joining the ICC, and we're very happy to have you. Who gets the next question? How do James? Let me ask you to unmute, James. This is hold on, Maria.
Okay, that worked. If I get this wrong, I've got Anne-Marie Mostert, who is going to be leading the ICC across the globe in about 18 months' time. So I'm sure she'll correct me if I get this wrong. Am I right?
Yes.
Essentially, We try to draw the ICC relationships to reflect at the very least district lines. And you are a set of countries within one district or two districts. And what we decided is that this ICC should be between the two districts, and probably other ICCs practically should be between your two districts and whoever you want to link with. So if a country wants to be involved, then get involved through one of the two districts, and that is the way it works. You'll find it much harder to do it country to country because there just won't be the number of people at each end willing to put time in. So that's number one. What was the second question, Sonia?
It was just if he had two questions. One was how is it at the district level or at the country level? And the second one you just answered.
I've just answered anyway, have I? Okay. Okay. No, I think it's important. If you try to do it country to country, you'll find you get much less out of it than if you do it trying to link districts together.
Thank you, James.
Okay.
Okay, great. We have another question, and I am going to, I don't even know how to pronounce this name, Sajay Walia. Did I do a good job?
Yes, it did. It's Sajay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Morning, everyone. So I'm Sajay Walia. I'm from Jamaica. I am new to Rotary. I literally only joined in November last year, I think. So this is all
welcome to new.
So I guess my question is, when we have District 70-20 and 70-30, but our countries are not necessarily part of ICC yet, is that correct? The member countries of District 70-20 and 30.
Not all countries signed on at the time that we started the ICC.
Okay, so I will follow up with Jamaica on that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So my next question then is, when we become members, what happens? Are we a part of projects? Is there like a ICC project that the members can volunteer to be a part of? What exactly happens?
Let me let Michael.
Oh yeah. I can try and answer that. I can try and answer that. So going back to your question, we structured at the time with certain countries who came on board where we had initial contacts with, but of course, we're willing to and quite keen to grow as we develop. So. But what we do is we're trying to be very project driven. So we're trying to identify potential projects and then, work with the local clubs within the countries to deliver whatever's required. So that's the plan. So one potential project is what we will hear about later, but we're looking at other projects to see if we all agree. Do they apply to our countries, and how we can get those delivered. So hopefully that's kind of answered your question.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
And of course, if members have projects that they would like to bring to the coordinators, of course, we would welcome opportunities to explore those projects with all the ICC members.
Yeah, Peter, let me just quickly chime in on that with that point as well, because it is a way, especially if you're looking at doing sort of global grants and so on as well. It is another avenue of partnership to sort of tap into to find clubs that might be willing to partner with. And if you're in 70-20, for instance, you can look into 70-30 and Great Britain and Ireland for partners there as well. So I think similar on the backside of what PD Sonia said, it's a great way to develop those relationships. And if there's projects that you want to do, by all means, bring it to the coordinations committee of the ICC, and we'll definitely look into seeing how we can assist in any way.
Great, thank you.
Thank you, Ryan. Do we have any more questions at this time? Please, if we don't have questions now, if you think about them, please drop the people who are on the screen, drop them an email, and we are very happy to answer any questions. And of course, we seek members to grow our ICC with members from 70-20 and 70-30. So if your country is not on the charter list, is not one of the countries that chartered, please feel free to reach out to us, and we will make sure that you become a member of this amazing association that helps us to promote peace around the world and in other ways through the avenues of service, through the areas of focus. Okay, thank you so much to the ICC team, and it is time for our featured presentation. It's time to talk about what we're here on, where we're trying to make the world a safer place for our children. So in this regard, please welcome Chrissy Sykes. Chrissy, an accomplished and award-winning singer, songwriter, and recording artist, has left an indelible mark on the music scenes in both South Africa and Nashville, USA. However, her passion for making a positive impact on the world led her to channel her songwriting skills into a groundbreaking program called My Body is My Body 34 years ago. This innovative program was developed in collaboration with the Departments of Education and Human Services in the United States of America. For 5 years, Chrissy traveled extensively across the US, visiting many states where she presented the My Body is My Body program to schools to over 350,000 children. It became clear to her that while the live shows were impactful, they could only reach a limited number of children. With a vision to reach a higher audience and to make a difference on a global scale, Chrissy decided to transform the program into an animated format that could be shared on the internet and distributed to schools, teachers, and parents worldwide. Determined to bring her vision to life, Chrissy spent 4 years mastering the art of animation, setting up her music studio and creating the animations in English. In 2017, she released the first set of animations, and they were met with an overwhelmingly positive response. Numerous requests poured in from various regions to have the program translated into different languages. As a result, My Body is My Body has now been translated into 28 languages, and the animations have been viewed over 1.8 million times on YouTube. Fellow Rotarians, members of the ICC, please welcome Chrissy Sykes for her presentation on My Body is My Body.
Thank you, DGG Sonia. That was lovely. And welcome, everybody. I'm just going to share my screen. Why is it not letting me share? There we go. Right. I think we're good. Can everybody see? We're all good. Okay. Well, thank you so much for the opportunity to share the My Body is My Body program with you all. I'm not sure if you all know, but child abuse is a major problem still around the world. We would have thought by now, with all the education that we've had, that things would be better. But we have over 1 billion children a year, according to the WHO, that are abused every year. And that is half of the population of children in our world. So we are really, really pleased to be able to work through Rotary ICCs and reach so many more communities so that we can do something about child abuse prevention. We signed an MOU February last year, and it's a worldwide MOU, so we're getting to work with people all around the world. And currently we're working in South Africa, in Nigeria, Romania, Hungary, and hopefully in the Caribbean. And we also work in 60 other countries around the world through other organizations. So the My Body is My Body program is a groundbreaking initiative that is making a real difference worldwide. It's free, internationally acclaimed, and it's a musical body safety program that teaches children through engaging age-appropriate music, activities, and animations. Our involvement with Rotary aligns with Rotary's action plan for positive peace by safeguarding children, body autonomy and empowerment, saying no to secrets, building trust within communities and within the networks of communities, and by educating parents and teachers. One of the biggest problems we have, and this is worldwide in every community, because child abuse happens in every community, not rich and poor. It doesn't matter about the status of the community. Child abuse is happening everywhere. And the biggest problem we have is people don't want to talk about it because it's not a great subject to talk about. It's disturbing. But unless we do start talking, we're never going to achieve what we need to achieve, which is safe areas for our children to grow up. So that is what the My Body is My Body program does. It allows people to talk about this subject in a non-threatening, positive, empowering way for both parents, teachers, and for the children. Before I explain the program to you, I'm just going to play you a little bit of a video and then a little bit of the French video, because we have the program in lots of different languages, but we did a competition earlier on this year, and these are children from all around the world that are singing the My Body is My Body song. And as I say, I'll just play a little bit for you so that you can understand how it can be used for children from 3 to 4 up to 12, 13, and still get the same message over to all the children.
Hello, my name is Sister Afumbam Blanche, a member of the Holy Family Choir of Yaoundé, Cameroon. We are going to sing some songs, have some fun, and learn about how to keep safe. You know, our bodies are very special, that nobody has the right to hurt us, touch our private parts, or do anything that makes us feel uncomfortable, because it's our special body. We are going to start by singing and demonstrating the My Body is My Body. And I want you to sing along with me.
It's my body, my body. Nobody has the right to hurt me. My body is my body for me. It's my body, and nobody has the right to touch me. 'Cause my body is my body for me. I've got two hands
you can see that there it goes across all different types of children from all different places. And I just wanted to let you see what the videos are like. So I'm just going to play about 20 seconds of the French video just to show you that we do have it in different languages.
C'est mon corps, et personne n'a le droit de me blesser, car mon corps est mon corps à moi. C'est mon corps, et personne n'a le droit de me toucher, car mon corps est mon corps à moi. J'ai de l'âme pour sentir.
Right. So we have the program, which I'll go through in a little while. We now have 30 languages because we've just added Afrikaans and Hungarian, but we have it in Spanish, we have it in Dutch, French, English, Haitian Creole, and Portuguese, which I think will cover most of the languages in your area. And all the songs are sung in those languages, so you can take it out into the communities with the children. So the beauty about the My Body is My Body program is its simplicity. Anybody can teach this program. We have courses on our website, free courses that you can take, and lesson plans, and it's all written out for everybody. And it's really simple, basic information, but it's basic information that we're not sharing with our children. And we need to start these conversations so that parents and teachers talk to the kids about these things, so the children know it's okay to ask questions. So who can present this? Basically, anybody that works with children. So social workers, teachers, parents, after school program providers, sports club organizers, any group that works with children can do this program with them. And it's because it's memorable and it opens up the lines of communication. And that is our whole aim with this, which is why we tie in with Positive Peace, because we want to create safe communities for children. So what do we want to achieve with this program? We want children to develop an understanding of what is and what isn't appropriate behavior towards their bodies. We want to identify potentially harmful situations and how to ask for help if they need it. It teaches children to speak up and how to tell if they have a problem. It teaches children who to tell if they have a problem. And it discusses the important subject of not keeping secrets. I hope I'm not going too fast for our French speakers. Okay, so we have 6 songs in our program. It's not just one song about our bodies. We have 6 songs, and each song has an objective. So the first song is we teach children about their bodies. Your body is special. It belongs to you. Nobody has a right to hurt you, and nobody has a right to touch your private parts. We do not teach about sex. We don't make people feel uncomfortable, but we give children the knowledge that they have private parts, and those are where their underwear or their swimsuits cover. So we're not going into any details, but we say that people should not be touching your private parts, apart from when you're little. Mommy or daddy or your carer will bathe you and they'll wash your private parts. But as you grow up, you learn how to do that for yourself. The only other time somebody would touch your private parts is if you go to the doctor or you need medicine there. Apart from that, nobody should be touching your private parts, and nobody should be taking photos of your private parts. In this digital age, we have to include taking photos of body parts because it's becoming a massive problem worldwide. So again, we're just giving the children enough information, and then they can ask questions if they've come across something that feels uncomfortable, or if they will just want to ask something about what's happening to them. And we start that dialogue within the communities, and that will help us protect our children. So the second song is about feelings. We talk about that we all have the same types of feelings, and we talk about bullying and peer pressure, all the things that our children are having to deal with at school. The What If game is our third song, and that one teaches children about how to deal with different scenarios. So with this song, I always say, you know, if people are working with a group of children, is to put some questions into a jar and pass the jar around the children and let them pull out a question and say, right, if this happened, what would you do? We have to protect children by giving them the answers. Now, I want to give you an example about a little girl in Sudan who was accosted by a man who showed himself to her and was going to sexually abuse her. But because she'd done our program, she shouted, "No!" as loud as she could, ran as fast as she could to her home, told her dad that this man had showed himself to her, and he took her down to the police station. The inspector spoke to her, and she was able to say to him, he showed me his private parts and he was trying to touch me. And he said to her, how did you know how to do all of this and what to do? And she said, because I've done the My Body is My Body program. And this little girl was only about 10. And we saved her from being molested that day. And so her life has changed just by giving her some really, really simple rules and simple scenarios. Like, what would happen if somebody came to your school and said, "Mommy and Daddy asked me to pick you up. They're busy. They can't get away from work. So I've come to pick you up." And say they know your mom and dad's name and your aunties and uncles and your moms and dads. Would you go with them? And of course, the answer is no, because that person could have got details from anywhere on the internet. So we're just giving kids life lessons, and we do it and reinforce it with the songs. Why we use music is because it's much more effective than just talking to children. If you talk to children, you use just one part of the brain. But if you sing and you get them to stand up and they dance and join in, like the children in the video, that message stays with them, and it uses their whole brain. And what we're trying to do is reinforce that message of your body is yours. You have the rights over your body, and nobody should hurt you, and nobody should touch your private parts. And as these children grow up, they will be more empowered. So that's why we use the music. And I bet you, if I ask each and every one of you, you all know songs that you learned as a child, and no matter what age you are, whether you're 30 or 80, you will still remember those songs, because they become embedded in your head. So that's why the music is so important as part of this program. So the fourth song is If You've Got a Problem, Tell Someone. And that is to show children who to tell if you've got a problem, and also how to tell. You can write it down, you can tell somebody to tell for you, you can just share a little bit till you feel comfortable enough to share more, or you can draw a picture about what's happening to you. But we need to give them the tools to tell. And we also need to tell them about how they might feel if they tell, that they might feel a little nauseous, they might shake, their hands might get all sweaty, or their legs might get all wobbly. And we need to talk like that, so that the kids understand. You know, we don't want to use big words. We need to say, hey, your legs might feel wobbly if you're a bit scared, but it's okay. We need to tell if there's a problem. If anybody's doing something to us that makes us feel uncomfortable, or they're trying to make us do things that we don't want to do, you need to come and tell. And that's where we tell them about the safe adults that they can talk to. Who in your community would be a good person for them to go to? So we've got all their mums and dads, grannies and grandpas, aunties, uncles, and teachers. But there's also other people. And if the abuse is happening at home, we need to have somewhere else that the children can go and get help. It's imperative that children do get help at an early age, because abuse is very destructive in a child's life. We know that abused children end up with lifelong health issues. They end up with relationship problems, not being able to form good relationships because they don't trust. And also on a community basis, they don't learn as well in school because of the trauma that they have gone through. It really affects their learning skills. So as a society, we have to make sure that children get help at an early age, and even more so, we have to prevent the abuse, which is what the My Body is My Body program is about. Song 5 is about love, because we want to show children that love is about being kind, gentle, about caring, about sharing. It's really important because a lot of children come from neglected homes, and we need to show them what should be happening in a home, and they need to learn that as they grow up, so that when they grow up and have children, they know what it should look like. And the last song, which is again one of our really important songs, Say No to Secrets. Secrets are an abuser's best friend. They will use secrets to coerce the child and to groom the parents, because you've got to realize when people are grooming children within your communities, they will not only groom the parents, the child, they will groom the parents and the community, because they want the community to know that they are safe for their children, and they will work in positions where they have access to children. So we have to teach children, if anything happens like this to you, you must speak to me. And children need to know that someone will listen to them. The statistics are over 95% of child abuse happens by either the immediate family or the immediate family circle of friends and relatives. So we're only talking about a very small part of our communities that the children, like strangers or people like that are abusing our kids. Most of it is people that we know and trust with our children. And those people are very clever in getting our kids to keep secrets. So we need to have the no secrets rule. It's vital. And the kids love the no secrets song. I've gone through this already, why we need to use music. Music not only is a great way to impart information, but it also does strengthen memory skills, stimulates speech and communication skills, and also accelerates brain development. And it holds the child's attention. I found that I've watched people giving talks to children about abuse, and it just doesn't work anywhere near as if you get them up singing and learning the songs and learning the words to the songs. Okay, I've done this as well. We've got all the languages, there's 30 languages, and we have presented this to over 2.5 million children in over 60 countries. And I know that with ICC and Rotary's help, we are going to reach millions more. We do have a lot of support around the world. How am I doing for time, Sonia?
You have a few more minutes.
Okay, lovely. So these are our partners, which is ISCAN, which is the International Society for the Prevention of Child Abuse, Rotary International. We've got Rotary, the whole of Rotary zones 21 and 22 working with us as well. So we are really, really thrilled with our partnership. And The other thing I need to say to you is our program is free. So it's a wonderful place to use this in schools because they don't have to pay for it. All our courses are free to use, free to take, and everybody gets their certificates issued once they've done any of the courses. We've got family safety plans, full lesson plans for every single song. So you don't have to think, oh, how am I going to do this? How do I present it? It's all there for you. And all the songs are on the website and on YouTube. We've got quizzes, we've got children's workbooks in all the different languages, posters for the classrooms, and also you'll get this presentation. It shows you how to integrate it into your communities. So I think that is me. I hope that this is something that you'll be able to share, even if you just share it with teachers in your community, share it with people that work with communities. We've had our Rotarians in Nigeria and in South Africa actually taking it to the schools themselves, getting the kids to do different things. We had it in a blind school that used the lyrics but created their own song. So there's use it. There's so much you can do with this, and to make an impact within the communities that you're working in. And if you ever need any advice, please come and ask me. You can get me on the website, you can get me through ICC, and anywhere else that I'm joined in with. But yeah, I'm here to help with any questions. So I don't know if anyone's got any questions now.
We have one in the chat. This is from Sajay Walia. My Rotary Club in Jamaica is currently doing work with a school, and I'm doing work with a children's home. I would love to incorporate this program in both the school and the home. What would be the next step?
Okay, so what I would suggest is you need to, I'll give you the website address. You need to go onto our website and just register. As I say, it doesn't cost you anything, but we register people so we know who's using our program. And then take course 1 and 2. That's what you'll need to be able to present the program to your kids. As I say, we've got other things there, and we've got courses there that are specifically for children. We've got the My Body is My Body course that you can use if you've got an interactive board that you in the classroom. That they can join in with. And then we've also got a digital safety course for the kids, which is also all animated, about keeping safe online. But that's what I would suggest is you go online, take the 2 courses, and then you will know exactly what to do to take it into the classroom and how to present it.
Thanks, Chrissy. Anne-Marie, you wanted to say a few words after Chrissy's presentation, so maybe this is a good time to welcome you and also to welcome DG Dominique from District 7020, who just joined, mistaking the timeline, but we're going to get to you, DG. We're hearing from Anne-Marie at the moment. She is from South Africa, Southern Africa.
Thank you so much. Yes, we are 4 countries in our district, and therefore we are also battling, similar to you, with a multi-country districts. But I want to say Dr. Chrissy Sykes is in our Rotary Club, my Rotary Club, and I'm very proud of what she has achieved around the globe, because I'm in an E-club, no barriers, no borders. We are all over, and I want to say, Chrissy, thank you so much for keeping our children top of mind to all of us, because I think this is an incredible program. And I can say to you, I have also done the courses And it's a beautiful course. I've personally learned also so much from internet and how to navigate, how to do certain things. And it's very similar to our learning platform. After each of the courses, you're getting this fabulous certificate. And then Chrissy sends you wonderful certificate that people can frame in their rooms as well. Here are some of the teachers in our country are using it when they do concerts, school concerts. Instead of thinking around what can I present to the parents, they actually present this program, and then the children dance and sing to it. So it's really a beautiful program, any age group. Thank you, Chrissy. Thank you, Sonia. Thank you, James. Thank you, Michael, for arranging all of this.
Thank you
Yes,
so
thank you,
much.
Anne-Marie, and to all of you. I mean, it's a great opportunity to be able to share, and I just thank you all for the amazing support that you've given the program, and me. And
so Chrissy, lots of compliments in the chat, and Gina in St. Martin, she's a school counselor. She's also interested in it for her line, and of course Dina is our she's our RILA chair for our district, but very, very involved in youth, in our youth interact, into early act clubs, and Dina is definitely going to be recommending this to our early act clubs. So I noticed that James, okay, we're going to have from James, he had his hand raised. And so, yeah, James, go ahead.
Okay, this is going to be a question of you and Debbie and Michael and whoever's controlling the chat. But I think it's really important that Chrissy and myself and other people involved in this get to know who wants to be involved, so we don't forget about anyone, and that we have the emails and contact details of those people. Yeah. Trying to get them out of chat as we're going through the meeting is always a challenge, and something will be wrong, but if you could get a summary so that we've got an action plan that we can follow up, that would be really helpful.
Thanks for that. The meeting is recorded. It's being done on the AI companion as well, and of course we will take the chat, we will pull the chat separately so that we'll be able to see who really are the people that are interested. I feel that everybody here that came is interested. Just a few have expressed it in the chat, but I feel that the presentation was so wonderful that everyone is going to go to her website, which is mbimb.org, and sign up. It's all in the chat. These things are available, and Chrissy has made them available to us free of charge. So these opportunities are not to go unnoticed. So yeah, thank you so much. Gina has already signed up, she says. This is Gina from Martin. So we definitely are on the way,
I was going to say, did Dominic want to say something?
Yes, I'm going to ask Dominic now to...
Okay.
This is DG Dominique from District 7020. We want to welcome her to this presentation, and thank you. I know that you're busy, DG. This time of day and certainly of the Rotary year is always very busy. DG Dominique, would you like to say?
Yes, I am very happy to be here. I am really sorry. I am on a different timeline, and I thought I was like 10 minutes ahead, but I'm not 10 minutes ahead. And but I see a lot of our Rotarians from District 7020 present. So that means that they did receive the message about this meaningful program. And I heard Chrissy for a little while, and and we are going to support that program. I mean, my colleague Debbie, my classmate Debbie, really is a great supporter, and she did integrate me, and I am just so sorry. I just landed in Haiti after 2 months, so maybe that's why I made a mistake about the time, but I am very glad, and we are here to support that program. It is a fantastic one. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dominique.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Can I just get the age group that this we work with? You can use this from the age of 3 up to generally 12, but it kind of works with different groups in different areas, you know. So I would say 3 to 10 would be a safe area to work with, but we've just had a group of teenagers in Nepal who've spent their school holidays teaching children, 1,500 children, the My Body is My Body program. So I was thinking maybe we could look at Rotaract people to teach youngsters within their communities. Might be a good idea.
Yeah,
I think it's worth exploring for all age groups, because our Rotaractors certainly interact with our interactors and our early actors. They are the peer supporters there, so they need the opportunity to be able to identify and to be able to handle a young person coming to say, I have a problem. I see your hand is up. James?
Yeah, sorry, it's me again. I noticed in the chat that one person said that she was involved in a special needs school.
Yeah.
And I think it's really important to stress that this works so well with special needs children, because it's a beautiful way for them to learn. I don't know, Chrissy, if you want to add anything to that.
Yes, and I'm just completing a special needs children's workbook. And what I've done is, because the main children's workbook is very colorful and has got lots of pictures and stuff in it. So I've toned it down. It's black and white images, because a lot of children are triggered by different colors. So we have, I've just made it a lot more simple, still fun, and the text is more simplistic. And I will be putting that out within the next few weeks.
Great. Thank you so much. Does anyone have any final questions for Chrissy, for anyone here? This is an opportunity. We are really very pleased that District 7020 and District 7030 could come together with the ICC to put on this presentation this morning. We knew how important, when we heard Chrissy's presentation a couple of months ago, I know that we were all riveted. We sat there just taking it all in, and without very much time in between Chrissy finishing and the time for questions, we had already said this was definitely something we wanted in our district. So important, because we know how important it is to be able to identify children who are experiencing abuse. AG Janelle, good morning.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for having us. Chrissy, well done in terms of the presentation. My question quickly is, what's the time frame like for implementation? Say if we were to try this program in a school, for instance, can it be done over a term? Will it take a school year? What's the recommended time frame?
Okay, so what I suggest is to do the program several times during the year. The songs and the lessons So you've got six songs, 6 lessons. They only take about 10 minutes. 15 minutes at the most. So you're not interrupting your schoolwork a lot. It's almost like a little playtime and a talk time with the children. So and I also say, so if you've got 6 songs, you can do that in 6 weeks, and then do a song a week, and then you've just got that conversation with the children once a week, so that they can ask questions or come to you after the class, and then a couple of months later, then do it again. I would suggest, here in England, at the moment, a lot of times they just do one thing a year, and it's not enough. The children, that they learn it once and then it's forgotten. You've got to keep introducing these, and then if they know the songs, you can go, right, let's do the song. Come on, everybody up, let's do a dance.
Got it. Thank you.
Do your craziest dance that you could do, and I think it's not time consuming is what I'm trying to say. It's something that you can integrate into any life lessons, and as I say, it won't take a long time.
Well, Balmati, I see your hand. We're going to take one more question, and then Balmati. Let me see if I can unmute. Oh,
yes,
go ahead.
I unmute myself. Are you hearing me?
We're hearing you. Thank you.
Right. Okay. So I just want to say that this is a program that would be highly recommended for orphanages and homes for abandoned children. We have had several reports here back home of problems in these homes, especially with the caregivers and the children. So I think this program is really, really awesome and timely, because we have had so many areas of incidents with children and this especially the video with the one about not keeping secrets. Oh yes, that definitely will be very, very effective in these areas. So thank you for the opportunity.
Oh, thank you.
I'm happy to be on this program, on this presentation today. Thank you so much.
Thank
you. At
you.
this time, I want to say thank you so much to our presenters, Ryan, Michael, and of course, with input from James, but especially to our lead presenter this morning, Chrissy. Today was an amazing presentation. I want to thank all of you for coming on Saturday morning. I know it's tight, always having something on a Saturday morning. We hold our breath to see who comes, but today has been really good. We have not lost very many members, so obviously the presentation was riveting, and I want to thank everyone for joining us from South Africa, from Southern Africa, from our e-clubs, of course, from the e-club where Chrissy is a member of, and Anne-Marie, and of course our e-club here in the Caribbean, recently formed, soon to be chartered e-club. And we want to say thank you to all of you, to our interpreters this morning, Paul and Evelyn, always doing an amazing job in the background. But we want to show our appreciation to all of you for taking the time to coming to a presentation that has been truly amazing. So thank you so much to everybody. Any questions, reach out. We will be reaching out to the people in the chat who showed an interest. And of course, anyone else, we can send you some information. So thanks so much. Enjoy the rest of your day.